So, unified world champion at middleweight Janibek recently has called out Terence Crawford on X, saying that if that fight was to get made, it would be a fight that the fans would never forget. And I almost didn't even want to make this video because I keep underestimating Terence Crawford. I made that mistake many times in his career. I made that mistake against Errol Spence. I made that mistake against Canelo as well, where I've underestimated him and then he's proved me wrong in big ways. Janibek, of course, is an undefeated world champion at middleweight, holds two belts. I know there's been talks about a unification fight with Carlos Adames, who holds the WBC belt, I believe. So it would be, if that fight gets made, a huge fight for the middleweight division. But that looks to maybe even be on the ropes for the moment. Maybe Adames is pulling out of that fight, I don't know. We don't know what's coming out of each guy's camps at this moment, but we'll see if that fight gets made. In the meantime, Janibek's been getting busy on X, calling out Terence Crawford. Now, a bit about Janibek. He is a southpaw. He's 17-0 with 12 knockouts, I believe. And like I said, unified world champion at middleweight. He's from one of these countries, Uzbekistan, Kazakhstan, one of these countries, right? But is a Soviet-style boxer for the most part. Isn't quite as bouncy on his feet as like a Bivol, I would say. I'd say in terms of stuff like ghost stepping, he's far more selective and uses it more so as a counter as well, where from what a lot of his fights I see where he's sort of feinting and forcefully applying pressure to force his opponents to do something and he counters them. Which is, really high level stuff and not the sort of thing your average boxer is capable of doing because it's very hard to do and accomplish in the ring. That being said, Janibek hasn't really fought anyone at that elite level. And to be fair, granted, there aren't a ton of guys like that in the middleweight division at the moment, right? The biggest name in the middleweight division is Chris Eubank Jr., if we're being honest. And he's not really fighting, at middleweight. He's fighting Conor Ben, right? Then you've got, the likes of Carlos Adames, who's a world champion. Arislandi Lara, who's a world champion. Like, the only way to really fight these other world level middleweights is to unify. But yeah, we'll see what's next for both guys. Stop underestimating Bud. Of course, he's got a chance. He's a southpaw himself. He's a very capable boxer, puncher. He's capable of playing these board games, these chess games with Terence Crawford, with Janibek, and going backwards and forwards and applying those feints and applying his own game plan as well. But yeah, I'd be curious to know what you guys think of this fight. Do you think Crawford's got a chance, or do you think Janibek just uses his size and his tricky skill to sort of run through him? But yeah, let me know in the comments below, and I'm out. Peace.